Hello everybody, my name is whimreaper and welcome to a speed build video. If you're new to my channel, especially welcome to you. I'm building a starter home today in my new world of Mount Komorebi. Well, not my new world, but I just bought Snowy Escape, and in this video I wanted to talk about, well, obviously the build, but also just about the pack, which I just got at Christmas. I got it for half price, so keep in mind that when I'm talking about this pack, I do have that perspective. I don't feel like I overspent on this pack or anything. I don't know how I would feel if I spent the full price, but that's kind of what I'm going to be doing in this video. Now, first of all, for this lot, it's on a 20 by 15 lot. It is a starter home, so you saw the house that used to be on this lot, and it's for my world overhaul save file. So I would say please don't expect this lot to be better than the one that was already there, especially since I feel like the standards are really high in Mount Komorebi for this, because all the lots were built by actual simmers, not just EA, which are usually like more half empty. They can't spend as much time on each build, whereas the simmers put a lot of effort in. I'm also going to be putting a lot of effort in, but I'm not as good as some of them, so that's just a disclaimer right off the bat. But that is one of the things I really enjoy about this pack, is that all the lots just feel so alive and like they're so personalized, and I love that. Like, but they still fit the Japanese aesthetic so well, and I'm familiar with the Japanese aesthetic as well. I haven't been to Japan that many, like I've been there once for like 2 weeks though, so it was quite a long stay and I went all over Japan. So I have quite a good idea of what works and what doesn't, and I put up a lot of reference images and stuff too, so I wouldn't accidentally get off track just from my memories and stuff, because I know that's not reliable. But anyway, I wanted to do just like a really beautiful little house that kind of opens out onto a little pond that in my imagination, since this is starter home, it would be kind of like a not very pleasant little pond that the owner would have like worked to maybe stock with fish or like add aquatic plants and stuff so that the ecosystem is better than what it was before. So I don't know, I just kind of like to keep things realistic, and realistically you'd never be able to afford this house if it actually looked as nice as it did. And I also use a lot of debug to make it more affordable too. I like to do that. I know some people don't like it because they think it's cheating, but personally I'm just all about the aesthetics, which is basically a good point to transition into this pack, where I am so impressed by this pack, and it's mostly just because the aesthetics are so pleasing. And I know a lot of people say that's all this pack has to offer, but I'm gonna say no, I don't think that's true. I think that this pack is like, it's probably one of my favorite expansion packs. I don't know where exactly I'd place it. It's definitely not necessary, but for me, like, it just feels like such a more immersive world, even though there are lots of places, like people have criticized you can't go to the train station really, or like if you do there's no one there, it just feels empty. I do agree that it feels empty, but the atmosphere just feels so lovely. It kind of feels like if your sim went out and went on a walk and it was just like a really quiet day, like 5 a.m. I don't know, that's what I imagine it as being like. But I think that despite the emptiness of everything, it's so immersive just because of it just feels like an actual community. I find that like your neighbors, I feel like, visit more with this pack. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but I've just had that experience while I was playing. And I think the onsen is like a perfect addition to this world. But also, one of the big things I felt was having like hiking trails and having like the skiing areas that aren't just a lot that you go to and you hang out at. I kind of actually feel like there needs to be more areas like this where they're just incorporated right into the world itself, rather than being like you travel to this lot and you spend the day there, because I love it. I love swimming in the Wakaba River with my sim and her family, even though they were freezing because it was too cold. But I just thought that was so interesting, and it like really tied in the looks of this pack with the playability. I know some people are still going to think that the playability isn't very high, so if you're like really into like, I want to be able to spend like hours in a single lot and be able to like really get the most out of that, that might not, like, this pack might not satisfy that, but I think it would definitely satisfy just if you want more immersion and want more of like a cozy feeling pack. I really feel like this pack has a really like cozy atmosphere, and I kind of tried to reflect that in this build. Like, I just wanted to make it feel like really communal. Like, the main living space is just like the kotatsu, and I did put in tatami flooring, which I know is risky because technically there's incorrect ways to do it, but I'm pretty sure I used it correctly in this build. Please don't hate on me if you know that I did it wrong. But yeah, anyway, I just figured out all the walls and flooring because, like, it wasn't that exciting off camera there, and I think I did do the pond off camera, but you'll get to see it. I didn't put in screenshots, but that's just because you'll see literally, it's a small build, you'll see everything before the end. But yeah, I wanted to keep it really like simple, and I just realized that I didn't really need to put an oven into this because it would be realistic if it were an older house to maybe just have like a hot pot or just have like a rice cooker or something, but I put an oven in because I know it would probably drive a lot of people crazy if I didn't. So I might do in another house, like another starter home, no real kitchen, and just have like a really small little area with a sink and then a hot pot. I don't know for sure yet. Let me know what you think about that idea if you've been downloading my World Overhaul save files. If you don't know what that is, you can check out my playlist, or you can search up on my channel just like World Overhaul. My latest version is out and I'm super excited about it, but of course this won't be included since I just bought it, but that's what I'm working on now. I did have to mess around with this lot a lot. Like, platforms do not like terrain editing, so I was happy when I could get the lowered like Genkan area, but I don't know if I did it completely right. And then of course we have a little bedroom there, and that's where I used the tatami mat mostly, was in that kids room, which I know in bedrooms that would be kind of typical, although they'd probably have I don't know for sure, but I think they would have like, I can't remember what they're called now. I know what they are, I just can't remember. But the ones like the mats that you roll out on the floor and then you sleep there, that's kind of what I feel like would go in a tatami mat room. I stayed in one when I was in Japan, but honestly I don't know whether or not that was a traditional use of the room or not. Like I said, I was only there for 2 weeks. I did go around to quite a few places, but I didn't have like that many insights because I was kind of young, so I wasn't paying attention to things like that so much. But yeah, this is the master bedroom. I wanted to keep all the furnishings really cheap so that it could be a starter home, so it's not as lovely as I would have liked, but I definitely wanted that separated bathroom. I kind of wanted the kids room area to also be able to be an office, so I do put the computer in there. I kind of like to have houses designed so that if you're playing as a family you can jump right into them, but if you're not, then you can just take the stuff out and replace it. So that's what I did with this house, and maybe the tatami room could be like, I don't know, a dining area, or like it could be a little sitting area. I know sometimes that's also where tatami mats would be used. I'm not completely sure, like I said, so please keep that in mind before you post a comment like you don't know what you're talking about. I'm admitting I don't know what I'm talking about, so that is fine. But yeah, I also did get Eco Lifestyle, which I don't know if I like the pack yet or not. I like the stuff that came in it, but I can't say if I like the pack. Personally, I'm not really into that sort of gameplay where it's like improving the town with like voting and stuff. Like, it takes so long. I tried voting a little bit in one of my save files. I just feel like it's a process, so I don't know how I feel about that yet. I'm also working on that save file. I'm really excited for the one build I did. But yeah, Snowy Escape definitely gets my favorite out of the packs that I bought this Christmas time. And yeah, I think that it's so lovely to get a new aesthetic in the game. I know it's not everyone's thing to have like a Japanese themed pack with like not that many new skills or jobs or whatever, but I just think that this was what I needed to be excited about playing The Sims again, was just a new area to explore that felt like more homey and more like close-knit. I think this would actually be a great pack to play with university. So basically what I'm trying to get at is like, I recommend this pack if you have money from the holidays and you haven't spent it yet. I know that it would have been a sale a couple days ago. I didn't get around to editing this video though. So I would definitely recommend it, basically is what I'm trying to say. I think that from the last few like packs and stuff, this is one of my favorites. So although I know a lot of people have been saying like, oh, it's just a skin that looks nice. Yes, it kind of is, but also it has so many new activities, and even the festivals I think are so much better than the city living festivals. I think that the clothes are more immersive. I think that like the objects are things that you'll use even if you don't have like a Japanese themed house all the time. Even if like, I think that if you're gonna use the world, get this pack. If you're not gonna use the world, don't get it. That's what I would say. And then yeah, I just cut toward the end where I've done all the terrain, I've done all the plants, and I'm just kind of doing a little outdoor seating area. Like I said, there's no screenshots. Let me know what you think about the build though, and just like the simple little thing. It was mostly just, I wanted to chat with you guys about the new packs, and just about kind of what I was thinking about the builds and the world overhaul save file. So please let me know what you think, and like and subscribe if you enjoyed. You can find this build on the gallery under my username. Everything will be in the description below. But with that, I hope you have a great day, and I hope to see you in another video. Goodbye!